Welcome to another episode of Global Talk, hosted by Jonathan Francis. Tonight's guest, Coach Bobbi Rae.
All right, guys. Hello. Sorry. I was like, you caught me coughing in the background. Well, anyway, guys, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. And welcome to another episode of Global Talk, where this type of show basically will tell you all the different journeys of many of our business partners in our community. And also, it will show you how easy it is to start this type of business. And tonight's guest, oh, by the way, I think it's episode 44. That's what I put, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But our guest for tonight is Coach Bobbi Rae. Without further ado, hello.
Hello,
How are
hello.
you?
Good. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for gracing my show, my
Absolutely.
my
Thanks for
global
having
talk
me.
show. Oh yes, yes. All right. Before we get started, you wanna say something like something small before we get started about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So I live in Alberta, Canada. I've been doing
Hmm.
this business for just over 5 years now. I'm a mom of four and a grandma of four, and I work full time. So
Grandma
busy
four.
as me.
Nice, nice. For me, just a quick for those of you who don't know me. Basically, I was born in the Philippines, but when I was maybe around 4 or 5, we moved to Hawaii, and then that's basically how I that's where I grew up. Most my adult life, my young life, and yeah, we will tell you about some parts of our lives just to get to inspire you guys to actually get to know us better. All right, Coach Bobby, I'm excited today. All right, let's begin. Before your accomplishment in the business, how would you describe yourself?
um, Quiet, really quiet, a little reserved, right? You know what? When I started this, I'm not
Mhm.
a really outgoing person. So
Right,
this was really out of my comfort zone to start it. I saw the value and I knew I needed a change, but I didn't know I honestly, I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know how much I'd have
Mm,
to kind of do of anything, right? So, but I got in, and I know that's probably been the biggest thing for me was just getting out of that shell because I honestly,
right.
growing up, I don't think I had a lot of confidence either. I think I was always told, you can't do this or you can't do that or had limitations. And this has really changed that for me.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm with you. Coming from the medical field, I didn't have that. I was introverted back. I don't know, before in my past life. I was very shy. And I couldn't even like look you in the eye when I speak to you. Like if we're talking face to face, forget it. I'm like I crumble.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the business that we do it taught me how to be expressive. It taught me how
Yeah.
to come out of my shell just to just to communicate better to other people. Before we continue on, hello, Coach Evelina from Manila, Philippines. Thanks for watching.
Nice.
So all right, continue on. What inspired you to embark on this on your digital business journey? What is that spark, the aha moment that they always say?
You know what? Honestly, I think I had my aha moment when I was working one day. Like I had a few that
Mhm.
were pretty close to pushing me to where I was kind of looking for something, definitely. But I was at work one day and I needed some time off. And
Mhm.
100% I was told no. And it was for my kid's graduation. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like I was mind blown that they weren't going to let me go to my kid's graduation. I was like, what am I doing
Oh
here?
gosh.
Why am I even here? Right? Why?
Right, right.
Because I think my kids have always been my most important thing. And then to say that you can't, I already missed so much of them growing up. And then say I can't do that, it just lit that fire in me. And I started looking more and more. And I just had things
Mhm.
cross my path. And then I was like, okay. So I finally got them to where I could go to the graduation. But then I had to pay for it all. Right. And I hadn't even thought of that because I was still trying to get the time off. And honestly, so I was a single mom. I've been a single mom for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a lot of money. So then it was like, oh crap, now I have to come up with $400 for this tux, or, this for the grad party and this for that. And I was like, okay, I got the time off. Now I got to come up with all this stuff. And I was so broke that everything, that was the time in my life where I was like, I need to make some changes. I can't live like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, I remember, other than the global crisis, where I always talk about that. One of the minor aha moment for me is when, in between my full time and my per diem job before, for some reason, I was so tired in between. I sat in the couch with my coffee in my hand, right, trying to drink it, like, just to make me relax, and then I fell asleep.
Oof.
I fell asleep with my cup in my hand for a good 10 minutes without spilling it. And
Gee.
then I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm tired."
Yeah.
Then I realized, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I punishing myself? There is
Yeah.
a better way. I think that triggered me. This was prior to the pandemic,
Yeah.
but it started that triggered something in me. It's like, there should be a better way.
Yeah.
We are not made, you know, to exist in this planet to just work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like,
Yeah.
so I believe that's my turning point.
Yeah.
All right. Continuing on. What's been the most unexpected challenge you've faced so far, and how did you handle it?
You know, I thought that I'd have more people on board with my family and stuff. I honestly did when I
Oh
started.
God.
That was my mistake too, just thinking, okay, I'm going to have all these people support. I think I'm not saying bigger family. My kids were probably my worst critics when I started this because they're grown up now.
Hmm.
And they're like, Mom, what are you doing? They knew how much I had struggled. They know how hard I've worked for everything. They know where I've been at. They know I'm not an outgoing person before. Now it doesn't bother me, but they're just like,
Right,
what are you
right.
doing? You're going to get taken. You're going to get this. You're going to lose some money. They just kept telling me every negative thing that they possibly could. And I just said to them, you know what, you guys, I feel good about this. And I need you guys just to respect that I'm going to try it. And you know what? If I fail, you can pick me up later. That's actually what I said to them. If I fail, then I know you're going to be there to pick me up. But if
Yeah,
I succeed, just know that you're going to come with me. And that's what I said. And I had to lay the ground rules where, you know what, you guys, just let me do this for myself. So,
exactly. Well, when I started before I even started the business, my biggest critique was my cousin. Oh my gosh, she's like, "You're doing that again. You never learned." La, 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 la."
yeah.
It got so annoying that it pushed me to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and then well, I'm lucky that I have the support of my better half, and
Good.
I,
Yeah.
as long as I have that.
Yeah.
But now they started to believe. Now those people
Right.
who called me names, who called this as this and that, oh yeah, they started to believe now that I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I mean, 2.5 years in this business is actually not long.
Yeah.
And compared to other, those pioneers we have that's been doing it for 8 years and so on, right?
Yeah.
All right. How do you keep your passion alive while going through some challenges? I know we both went through some challenges,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
It's
well,
tricky. Just like
yeah,
life, it's tricky, right? There's challenges in life too. And that's something that I think I'm good at getting through is challenges, right? Like I've gone through a lot. I've gone through divorce, I've gone through all kinds of things. So I can get through a challenge and I know I can. And I know I'm a strong person. I think some of the challenges within the business too that I've had just have been again not believing in myself, not believing that I maybe deserved it or maybe could do better or like you don't even want to know how much debt I had when I started this. Like I paid
oh
for
god,
I went through so much and I just feel like I was like, oh, this is how I'm destined to be, right? Is this person who's just going to struggle and is just going to get by and I'm just going to work my ass off for my entire life. That's exactly how I felt. But then I started within this community, I just started seeing people and how positive they are. So I started getting rid of some of the people that weren't so positive in my life too, which really
exactly.
helped me because then the more you're around the positive ones, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. This is actually better, right? And I could see changes in myself. I could see changes in my family. I could see changes in my kids because I wasn't so miserable all the time, too, right? Like it was just, I think, some of the books that I choose to read now in comparison to the ones that I used to read, shows that I watch on TV, I'm just like a different person.
Oh my gosh, you're so right about that. Before I'm not the last book, the actual book, the last one I read was nursing books. That's how long it was. But now I'm going through books. I do audiobooks. So when I drive,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, to work back in the, I listen to those.
Yeah.
But I read a lot of audiobooks, but this book, Zero Living or Zero Limits, sorry,
Mm,
Zero Limits. I read that, and they talked about the Ho'oponopono.
oh, yeah.
It's amazing how it tells you, just the disclaimer, this is not my book, but I'm giving them props because it's a wonderful book. It tells you, in order for you to heal outside, or all the events in your life, the
Hmm.
all the things, you have to heal yourself first. And
Yeah.
it's such an interesting take that I started doing it, and I'll tell you all about
It's not an easy
it.
thing to do either. Yeah. It's not
Oh
an
my
easy thing to
gosh,
do,
it's
but
hard because
yeah.
it's weird telling yourself, I'm sorry, please
Yeah.
forgive me, to yourself. We never do that.
Yeah.
It's weird in the beginning, but that's how you heal, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's good.
All right.
Awesome.
How has your life transformed since
Oh
you
my
launched
gosh.
this business?
So many ways. It's just like awesome. When I think back, when you sent me some of the questions you thought you'd be asking me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome because it got me thinking, right? It's like, I'm going to
See,
ramble.
my questions are not your typical questions like you,
No,
you see me.
which is good though.
Yeah.
Transformation, like honestly, just changed as a person. I'm just more confident
Mm.
to that. But this business has done lots for me. So my better, I actually call him my other half because I tell him I'm the better half all the time. But my other half, who's watching a hockey game right now, I
Oh
was,
gosh.
you know what? I think that I had started this business and I've known him for 18 years. I started this business and then him and I came into each other's lives probably about 6 months or so after. And I said, this brought us together too, because I was already changing into a
Mm.
different person. And he is
Yeah.
like probably my biggest support system within this, right? No matter whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, or I'm like, look, I got checks, or look, I got to do this, or whatever. He is my biggest support. So that has been amazing. That was a big transformation. And like other than I've paid off a lot of my debts too, but we have property in Montana. So I'm in Canada, but we have property in the United
I
States.
love
And we're
Montana. Oh my
building onto our
gosh.
cabin. And I said to him,
Nice.
what I make from
Yes.
this, I'm putting into that because we have a dream. So I couldn't do that otherwise. Because like I said, literally I was just not just a worker, but I make really good money at my job too. That's why I'm still there. But it just got me by to take care of my kids and to do everything. This has just kind of just been the icing on my cake that I've been waiting for.
Ni-
I
nice,
have no better
nicely
way of
said.
saying it.
Right, exactly. I mean, it for me, it transformed me, mostly my, what do you call this, my mindset.
Yeah.
Before, when we were, I'm still an employee though, but the thing is, it changed me a lot starting this business because before, I'm satisfied of getting a pay stub
Yeah.
every other week. It's like, oh, in 10 days I will get another one. It's already spent. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
but now I'm trying to build our family's legacy where it's not enough. I
Yeah.
came to realize that a lot of people are satisfied of just having this so a limited amount in their fundings
Yeah.
to retire. It's not enough. For me, I'm being selfish because I don't want to downgrade my lifestyle when I get old, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I, because I'm so used to like buying things and special electronics. But but when you retire, you have a limited funding from the government, and Some people, like, I know a lot of people who cannot even afford to go on a date in their favorite restaurant because they cannot afford it.
Yeah.
They can't buy things, and that's a
I
shame.
used to
So,
have to, sorry for interrupting. I would just, that
oh, no,
popped.
no, no, please do.
I
No,
used to
I
have
talk too
to
much.
like look at my bank account before I went to the grocery store. I used to have
Oh
to think,
gosh.
okay, payday's on Friday, it's Tuesday, I've got this much money. You know what I mean? I used to have to do that. Half the time now, I don't even remember when it's payday at work because I'm actually in a better space, which is
Yeah.
also in my head too, right? Because you're not worried about things and you're not thinking. So that's huge when you can have something that helps you and people surrounded but that help you do that, right?
Yeah. It's like I'm doing my go live with my person. I talk about the benefits of starting a digital business, especially if you're a nurse, because a lot of times, and well, to tell you the truth, nurses are getting paid a lot. They do,
Yeah.
but for some reason, if your wage goes up, your bills goes up. And
Yep.
then some of my colleagues who's been a nurse, they start picking up OT overtime. They start
Mm-hmm.
picking up like extra shift just to cover those bills.
Yeah.
And I keep telling them there's a better way. There's a better way to actually
Yeah.
get. How can I say it? One of my goal live is like to increase your income without clocking in on your job. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
All right. Next one. Thank you guys for those of you who are watching. Which let's talk about the benefits of the business. We can go on with this one.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
give me your three favorite ones.
you know what? First off,
Three.
I'm going to say the training site because I really needed that when we started. I
Oh
needed that
yes.
100%. I was completely lost. I needed guidance right away. So that was probably my top favorite thing when I first started was just getting in there so that I could learn in a way that my brain could learn too. It was amazing. Secondly, I think I'm going to say probably the community. And that may sound cliche to people that don't know what we're really talking about. But the people that you're going to meet through this are going to be your online family, 100%. Like they are, a lot of them are like family to me now. I've grown a team. I've met teams that there's no monetary gain. There's no nothing. We're just people that like you, Jonathan. You guys have just welcomed me into some of your other things that you guys do and learning and growth and stuff. And there's no monetary gain. It's just supporting each other, and that to me is huge because I've been part of other things, and I didn't have support in other things. So something like that was huge when I saw it. And then I'm actually going to say the money because without the money, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that I've done. I wouldn't have been able to help my kids and I wouldn't have been able to pay off my debt load to be a happier person too. So those are probably my three favorite things from this.
Oh God, you're so right about that. Because if you're running this business other than and instead of working your other two per diem jobs or part time, you're much happier. You're less
Yeah.
stressed.
Yeah.
And that means that equates to spending quality time with your family, because sometimes if you're too tired, you're just a zombie in the couch. You're non-functional. You can't communicate because you'll be taking like broken naps, I call it. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done that. So yeah, that's and for me, other than that, the monetary gain, the time spent, it's just giving us hope that later on we're going to be in a better financial situation just having
Absolutely.
this business, right? And then the good thing about it, you can pass it down to your kids, which is a type of legacy business that no other business can provide but
Absolutely.
us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we're just zipping through these questions. All right, in your view, what represents the peak of success within our business?
I think I thought about this one when you had sent that to me. And I think for me personally, when I know I'm at my highest of high with this is when I'm helping so many people. When I
Yeah,
know I'm
that's my
making,
dream. Yeah.
because I already know I'm making a difference in lives, but when with some of the leaders in our community, when I know that I'm reaching people like they're reaching people, and when I know I'm impacting people like they've impacted me, that's when I know I'm up here at the top and I'm just like,
Oh God.
I'm going to be high on life, right? Just going to be high on life.
The- And the great thing about it, it doesn't matter if you've been in the business for 3 years.
Yep,
It doesn't matter if you're 3 days. You still can make a change. You still
absolutely.
can influence people. You can help other people, even though you're new. That's
Yeah,
the best part about this business, giving
yeah,
us the platform to grow and to assist.
yeah,
Right? You're
absolutely.
right with that one. I like that answer. All right, this is my favorite one. Within
Mhm.
this community, how do you define the essence of a servant leader?
You know, I struggled with this one just with some people that I had met before. I'm not going to lie. And they claim to be a servant leaders. And I
Oh
feel
gosh,
like,
yeah, I know a lot.
yeah, right. And I think, okay, everybody's got their own views on things 100%. And that's okay, to each their own. To me personally, I feel like a servant leader is someone who's giving without needing something in return, right? You're there to help guide. You're there to help people with the knowledge that you have. You're there to support. You're just there to just to give, right? And
Hmm.
and not giving, I'm not talking about giving money or anything, just giving your knowledge, just sharing your experiences
That's my
and
point.
your
Yeah.
support for people and not judging people, right? There's so many servant leaders in our community that I've met that I didn't even think they knew I existed. Like I honestly didn't. And then I'm like, when I went to the convention, I said, "Hey," and they're like, "Bobbi Rae," and I was like, "You know who I am?" Like it blew my mind. These people are the most gracious people that I've ever met, and
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
they're just there to help everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, a good example. Let me when my partner Grace from our show back then, we went to Calgary and then we got stopped by this. Um, Probably she's about 60 years old, and then she said, "Are you John and Grace?" Like, yes. I have been watching you guys for the longest time because our show has been it's been on for 2 years, and then
Oh,
apparently, and then that night, she introduced herself before she left, and then that night we saw her on the stage. She's one of the highest.
nice.
Oh my gosh! Like wow! So people are watching. It doesn't matter. It does
Yeah.
not matter, but
Right.
you are also true on that servant leader. It doesn't have to be. You're right because a lot of so-called servant leader in our community, they they do not help honestly, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, there are so many that are doing that are helping, which is we're so
Yeah.
fortunate to have, and yeah, I
Yeah.
talk too much, Bobby. Sorry.
So do I. That's why I was like, I got to keep my answers short.
Oh my god, I know. All right, next one. Could you discuss some significant moments or milestones? I know you have a lot. You've experienced as a business owner.
I think my biggest, the biggest one that I can remember, well, I can remember lots, but the biggest one for me was when I became a coach. Because I
Mm,
remember when I started and I said, I don't ever want to be a coach. I don't ever want to have to be in charge of people. Like I was just so scared to, right? Because I wasn't
right.
that person. And then I remember when I was able to go through the training for the coaching and stuff like that. And when I did my coaching evaluation to make sure that I knew what I was doing and stuff, it was like I was again on one of those highs where I could not believe that I had done this. I actually had done this, right? And then I just get to coach so many people, and it's amazing. Like that was just huge for me because I didn't think that I would ever do it. Just other things are just, every time I get a paycheck, I think it blows my mind that I get a check from my business because I was told so many times I couldn't do it. And then every time I get a check, I just,
You smile.
I smile. I say how grateful I am. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't even open it right away because I just want to savor the fact that I got those checks. And I let them just sit in my office and I'm like, let's open it. And I just wait till I'm just like it's weird, but that's just the way that I do it. So
Oh my gosh, I still remember my very first check when I opened it. It's like, oh my gosh, it's real,
right. It's
right?
it's
Because
just
yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's crazy.
amazing. It's like I started like opening it very slowly, just cherishing the
Trying to peek
moment.
and be like, I wonder what it is. I wonder how big it is.
Right. But what is the meaning of being a coach to you? Just an additional question here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It has a lot to do with that servant leadership. I'm facilitating now for my team and actually for other teams that aren't even connected to me. I was assigned some of those teams that don't have a coach to facilitate the information so people know exactly what they're getting with this. Because
Mhm.
I don't want someone joining my business or saying, what's this all about and not having a clue and being let down by me. So when I have my coaching call, I'm there for them to tell them what this is about, to give them the
Mhm.
best startups and all strategies for them because everybody's individualized, right? And I've talked to people in so many countries that it actually, I never thought I'd do that either. Right. So
Right? It's so
here,
amazing. I
talk
know.
to I talked to someone in Jamaica. I've talked to someone in the Philippines. I talked to somebody in Japan and I was like, this is
Nice.
scary for me. But just having the confidence to be able to do it and then having them comfortable enough then to come to me for questions is amazing, right? Then they can say, I don't understand this, and I can help them before they get started so that they know that they're in the right place, right?
And the main thing about it is the support,
Yeah,
your availability and your presence of being able to help them. That's the
yeah,
main thing. It
absolutely.
doesn't matter what we all have what do you call this, life issues,
Yeah,
but being there for them, just like 10 minutes,
yeah,
20
yeah,
minutes, fine. That's big deal.
yeah,
That's the support that most of us are looking for. All
absolutely.
right. So where do you see your business? I know you're in a good place right now, and I can see you soaring very, very soon. And where do you see yourself heading the next 3 to 5 years?
You know what? Big places. I think where I vision myself in 3 to 5 years is where the people that I'm in awe with now and I'm inspired by now being one of those people to somebody else. That's
Yep,
what I want.
yep. Me too. Plain and simple. Me
Yeah.
too.
I just want
How
to be
about
just
you?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about making money. So about extending your hands to those people who wants to learn from you,
Yeah.
having a voice. You know what I mean? It's like having a voice that they will listen. You
Absolutely.
know,
And having them have someone that they can trust, right? And just to, like you said, be there for them whenever they need you. And yet I feel like, which is a lot of what we've been talking about with mindset in our books and stuff too. The more you do for others, the more you're going to receive something in return, whether it's somebody doing something for you, giving you information that you need, whatever it happens to
that's
be.
so true.
It's just going to come back on us if we can be that better person too in life and in the business and anywhere that we are, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
true. It's just pass it. What is that term? Um, Pass it along, or what am I
like
looking
paying
for?
it forward.
Something like that. There's another one. Paying it.
I'm
We'll
just
use the
kidding.
paying it forward. Paying it forward is fine.
I guess yeah, that's yeah, that's not the right way
Yeah.
either.
So no, just I'm looking for something. Well, anyway, that's we'll cover that in the next episode. All right. Winding down here. Based on your experience, what's one piece of advice you'd offer to someone starting their journey as a digital business owner?
Don't be scared because everyone is, I think, when they
Right.
start because it's brand new, right? But don't
Mm-hmm.
be scared because you're going to have a team of support. You're going to have a community of support, really. So just don't be scared. I am a person that goes with my gut a lot too. And I mean, if my gut tells me don't do something, there's probably a good reason. If my gut tells me to do it, there's
Yeah.
probably a
Yeah.
good reason. And if something inside of you is saying this has resonated or you need a change or you're stuck and you don't know what to do, then don't be scared. And that's my biggest advice because what is fear going to do? It's just going to hold you back. Fear will
Mm-hmm.
always hold us
So
back.
true.
Believe in yourself because you deserve more. And I don't honestly know if a lot of people believe that they deserve more, right? So just believe in yourself, right?
It's true because a great chance or opportunity can only knock in your door once,
Yeah,
not twice, but once. What if you said no? What if I said, "I forget this business. It's not real. It's not gonna work. I won't be here. I
yeah,
won't be here influencing a lot of people." I
yeah,
can say that now. I able to influence a lot of people in a good way, and
absolutely.
changing their lives. And don't miss that chance. Don't miss that golden opportunity for you to change your lives. Don't even think about other lives, but your own and your
Yeah,
families.
it has to start with you. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right, any final words for our viewers?
Oh my gosh. If you're watching Jonathan, you got to get to know him. Jonathan, you are amazing. You absolutely are.
Oh,
And I know that you're going to go amazing places too, and you're going to take a lot of people with you on that journey.
uh, oh, God, I got goosebumps. Thank you, Coach. I do, and I'm actually very, very glad that I'm able to meet you, because we I know you better now than previously. I'm not gonna elaborate
Absolutely.
on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And
and
I've never met you in person, but I feel like I actually know you just because we've communicated and talked, and I watch
yeah.
you and I'm like, yeah, you are you're one of those people that attract people, right?
Oh,
And I was drawn to you just from meeting you in other groups and stuff too. And I was like, this is someone who I'm going to reach out to. And I did. I reached out to you, right? And now
you did, you did.
yeah. And I don't reach out
Now
to a
we.
lot of people because I feel like I'm just that inside person, but I knew I could reach out to you. So you're a
Oh,
good person for people to talk to for sure.
yeah. Well, thank you for gracing my show, and oh, see, it wasn't that bad.
No, it was good.
There is no downtime. We kept on going. Well, anyway,
You didn't give
thank
me
you
time
once.
to think too much. So
No, no, no. Well, thank you again, Coach
absolutely.
Bobby. And
Thank you.
then hopefully, whatever we're doing right now, we can grow and even influence more people and change their
Absolutely.
lives for the better.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching. And for those of you who are going to be watching the replay, thank you. And we'll see you again for episode 45. I don't know what's my guess, but we, we will see you. We will see you guys. Thank you. All right.
You see
Signing off.